Have you ever felt like Apple's budget tablets always hold something back? You pay good money, but you always miss out on the best new features. Well, the upcoming iPad 2026 is here to change that completely. It is not trying to reinvent the wheel. It is not giving you a flashy new design. Instead, it is quietly fixing its biggest limitation. Trust me, this changes everything for budget tech buyers. Based on highly reliable reports, the 12th generation iPad is focusing entirely on raw internal power. We are hearing a very clear message right now. This specific iPad is all about massive performance gains, advanced AI features, and future-proofing. Your investment. It is not about looking different. It is about feeling completely different when you actually use it. Let us dive right into the biggest upgrade. The most consistent leaks point directly toward an A18 processor. There are even a few exciting reports suggesting Apple might push the boundaries and include an A19 chip. Whether it is the A18 or the A19, this is a gigantic jump from the older, A16 chip. The addition of the A18 is incredibly important for one major reason. It brings full support for Apple Intelligence. Until now, Apple's powerful new artificial intelligence system has been entirely locked away from the base-tier iPad. This new chip reportedly features a blazing fast 6-core CPU and a highly capable 4-core GPU. For the everyday user, this means you have more than enough power. Whether you are browsing heavy websites, watching high-resolution videos, or doing light productivity work, this tablet will simply not slow down. This processor upgrade means highly anticipated software. Features will finally reach Apple's most affordable device. You're going to get a much smarter, more capable Siri. You will have access to powerful, on-device AI writing tools and smarter document summaries. The entire app experience will feel faster and much smoother. To support all of this new artificial intelligence, the memory is getting a much-needed boost. The RAM is expected to increase to 8 GB. This is up from the previous 6 GB limit. More RAM is an absolute game changer for multitasking. It allows you to keep more apps open without them randomly restarting. More importantly, 8 GB of RAM perfectly prepares the device for much heavier software updates in the future. Now, if we look past the incredible performance, everything else on the outside looks very familiar. The exterior design is expected to stay exactly the same. You'll still get the standard 10.9-inch Liquid Retina display. It will still have those slightly thicker bezels around the screen. Touch ID remains safely integrated right into the top power button. The overall body shape introduced back in 2022 is sticking around for another generation. The camera setup is also likely completely unchanged. You can expect the same reliable 12-megapixel sensors on both the front and the back. Even the display technology will remain at a standard 60 Hz without the premium promotion feature. We might see the addition of Wi-Fi 7 or some general Bluetooth improvements. However, these minor details are not strictly guaranteed yet. Overall, this is a classic case of keeping the same outside, while delivering much smarter insides. You also need to understand Apple's historic chip strategy. Historically, the base model iPad always lags about 2 full generations behind the latest iPhone processor. Moving straight to an A18 chip might seem like Apple is suddenly closing that performance gap. In reality, it perfectly aligns with their traditional pattern. By the time this new iPad officially launches, newer flagship chips, like an A20 could already be on the market. This strategy smartly maintains that familiar performance gap. It also allows Apple to keep manufacturing and retail costs strictly controlled. Let us look back at the history to see why this release is a major turning point. Apple redesigned the base iPad in 2022. They gave it a modern look without the classic home button. But that redesign came with painful compromises. You had an awkward Apple Pencil charging situation and a much higher price tag. Then, in 2024, Apple corrected the issue by dropping the starting price back down to a very reasonable $329. After that, in 2025, Apple added the A16 chip. However, they still held back their most important new feature, Apple Intelligence. Many years, the base iPad has always felt like it was missing one crucial piece: It was good enough, but it was never truly complete. That exact history is why the 2026 model matters so much. For the very first time, Apple is finally bringing its core flagship technologies into its absolute cheapest iPad. You get real artificial intelligence, massive performance leaps, and 8 gigabytes of RAM on a strict budget. This is not just another basic yearly refresh. It is a fundamental correction of the entire product line. When it comes to the actual release timing, reports suggest Apple is targeting the first half of 2026. This means we will highly likely see it launch somewhere between March and May. Some reliable leaks suggest it could arrive just before the big WWDC event. Its timing aligns perfectly with major iPad OS software updates. The best news of all is about the cost. Pricing is heavily expected to remain exactly the same. It should start right around $329 to $349. For the base model featuring 128 gigabytes of storage, this keeps the tablet securely in the exact same affordable price range that people love, in my honest opinion. The iPad 2026 is exactly the product the tablet market desperately needs right now. It might not be a visually flashy update, but it is easily one of the most important internal upgrades this lineup has ever seen. It is entirely about finally catching up on the inside, giving budget-conscious buyers full, unrestricted access to Apple Intelligence is a massive victory. It instantly makes this upcoming device the absolute smartest and best value tablet deal available anywhere. For the vast majority of everyday users, that raw, uncompromised internal power is exactly what was missing all along. If you like the video, please subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.